Hello and welcome to another episode of Streaming Without a Paddle. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Ted.
This week, Ted and I, we took on the Prime Video original Play Dirty, 2 hours, and oh my God, 8 more minutes.
Woo!
Starring.
You want me to do it?
Sure, go ahead.
Rosa Salazar, Mark Wahlberg, Yvonne Zima, Lakeith Stanfield, Gretchen Mol, Tony Shalhoub, Nicole De Silva, Nat Wolff, and never forget Thomas Jane was in this movie for less than 5 minutes.
Okay. The main characters, though, are Mark Wahlberg and Rosa Salazar.
And Lakeith Stanfield.
They're, well, yeah, but they're everything centers around those two characters, Zen and Parker. Not Peter Parker, just Parker.
Just Parker. Doesn't mind shooting a man.
Yeah. All right. So the lowdown on this thing is it's very convoluted. It really is. It's way overwritten, and I'm just going to say that in my opinion on the front end. Because of it being overwritten, it really makes it difficult to accurately or detailed describe what this movie's about. In the short, though, I will tell you Mark Wahlberg and Rosa Salazar, Zen and Parker, they play a couple of criminals. They're, not your typical criminals. They're high-dollar criminals, classy criminals, going after the big buck stuff. They don't knock over banks per se, but
they do in this.
Well, that was a racetrack.
Oh, it was a racetrack.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it felt like a bank.
It felt like because they take in so much money. So they, their targets are selective. They're not your run-of-the-mill criminals. They're oh my God, I can't believe it. I can't remember the gold heist that Wahlberg did there. Yeah. Exactly.
Italian job?
Italian job kind of crime. High dollar, big score. That kind of thing. Anyway, that's what they do. So in a nutshell, Parker, Mark Wahlberg, he puts together a crew. They knock over something. They all go their merry way. Next job comes around. He puts another crew together. Boom. That kind of thing. Well, he puts together this crew to knock over this racetrack, and Zen, who's, again, Rosa Salazar, she's new to the group, so to speak. At least she comes to the group from another member of his regular group.
Philly.
What?
Philly.
Yeah.
Thomas Jane's character.
Right. And she does a double cross on him and the gang, and so Wahlberg's out for retribution and collection of the money stolen, and then he gets involved with another crime that she's involved in, and heist. I don't want to call it a crime, but it is a crime.
A caper.
Caper. There you go. That's a good word. And and of course, with every good caper, things go haywire. And that's where the fun ensues. This, and I'm just going to leave it at that. That's what it is right there, all right?
Yeah, don't give anything else away.
But this script, as I said before, was way overwritten. There were way too many layers of that hijinks, caper, or whatever you want to call it. It was too much.
You're not wrong.
All right, so and all right, and there you go. And Tony Shalhoub, he plays the mob boss, and I want to go ahead and put that out there. And he and Parker, they have a history together, and part of their history included Parker never coming back to New York City. So. Jersey was fine, but New York City he had to stay away from. But of course, that agreement was broken.
Yes.
So the nemesis thing happens again between the two of them. All right, that's it. That's in a nutshell what this movie's about. I mean,
Yeah.
So it's a double cross kind of thing, and there's just way too many layers to it. I mean, it was overwritten.
I have Mark Wahlberg fatigue. I'm over it. Take a break, go box, sell your municipal stuff. It's just like,
well,
I don't even know if he's taking in the other actors. I feel like he's just doing his thing.
I got that feeling out of this too.
Like, okay, so Shane Black wrote and directed this, who, in my mind, till this script has never done any wrong.
Yeah,
like literally, The Good Guys, amazing movie.
Nice Guys,
amazing movie. Predator,
Kiss,
The
Kiss,
Monster
Bang, Bang.
Squad, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, and The Nice Guys in this movie are the same movie told in different.
Okay, but
that was my
Iron
problem.
Man 3, he did that.
I mean,
and-
he's just bangers.
Lethal Weapon.
Yeah, he's really good.
Yeah, The Last Boy Scout. I mean, he knows
The
this
Last
genre.
Boy Scout.
And by the way, this is 2 hours, like I said, 2 hours and 8 minutes, and it is billed as a thriller action, and it's got a touch of comedy.
I was so bored. I there was like 20 minutes left, and I go, I'm just gonna turn this off and read what happens. And Paige is like, Paige, my wife, goes, you can't do that. You have to watch all of this if you're gonna do a podcast on it. And I was like, are we not bored? Should this movie not have ended already? Like, what is going on?
I agree with Ted. It was very boring. And the reason it was boring was every scene was overwritten. It was too long, too many layers to every scene. Which made it boring.
Yeah.
That's my take on it.
I don't think that this had quite the charm of it that The Nice Guys or Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Because here's the problem. Ryan Gosling doesn't mind playing a screw up. He likes it.
Right.
He's like, I'll be funny and I'm a screw up and this is whatever. And they have great chemistry in that movie, him and Russell Crowe. And Robert Downey Jr. didn't mind playing a total screw up in Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, right?
Right.
Damon Wayans didn't mind playing like a screw up football player in The Last Boy Scout. What did we have here? Cool guy being cool, and I don't want to kill people, but I will. I mean, I'm over it. I'm over the Mark Wahlberg thing.
Yeah, I'm not going to say I'm over Mark Wahlberg, but I don't know what movie it was, but I saw a behind the scenes thing about Mark Wahlberg, right? It was kind of an HBO thing, and it was during COVID, and he went off to do a movie, and while he was on the set, it showed him dealing with the issues facing Wahlburgers and everything else, and you could see while he was shooting that movie from the behind the scenes stuff that there was a real distraction in his life going on. Mm-hmm. Now, it's reality television, so I don't know if it was because they would never do it. It was contrived drama, or if it was real. But I tell you what, I was watching this movie, and of course, so everybody understands, when you go and you make a movie, it's not shot in a single day. They don't start it up and you keep shooting until you're done. You stop, you go to sleep, you take
Come back.
You take weekends off to recuperate, and because the hours are long, and then on top of that, most scripts aren't shot in order. They'll shoot one scene here and then one scene here. And our scene A might be actually in the movie 3/4 of the way through, and scene B might actually be the beginning of the movie. Mm-hmm. There's no rhyme or reason to it. I picked up in this movie, and I bring all this to your attention because watching this movie and Mark Wahlberg in it, it reminded me. And Mark, I love you. Okay, don't come over here and no, come over. All right, we can sit down and break bread, all right? I'd love that. You can show me some of your workout stuff because
You love to talk about it.
I pump a little iron myself.
You get up at 4 a.m. You don't eat anything but protein.
The 4 a.m. club. Anyway, he called some of this stuff in. I mean, it was just like, it was a different scene, and he's not there. His head isn't there.
Now I know all actors have like little side things they're doing, like investments and all this stuff like that. You want to know what I don't ever hear about Leonardo DiCaprio or Denzel Washington or, Annette Bening? That they're taking a call about Wahlburgers while they're also shooting a movie.
Or whatever they've got going on.
Right. Because when you're shooting a movie, you need to be so present, it's unreal. Because you know what happens if you're not? The camera picks it up, and that's exactly what we're both saying.
Yeah, there were days there that you could just tell he was checked out, he was phoning in, whatever you want to call it. He showed up, he got step one right, show up. Mm-hmm. But anyway, and again, Mark, I love you, I really do. I think you're good. I think you're much better at roles that don't have comedy in them or comedy overtones. This movie, and this is where I'm going to start off. This movie, if you watch the first 15 minutes of it, because it jumps right into the action, and then, there's like 5 minutes of action, and then the opening actually goes down. The opening credits start to roll. All right. And Shane, you basically stole your opening from a James Bond movie. I mean, he approached this from the standpoint of this movie is going to be so freaking intense. Hang on, people. And then once it got going after that opening, boom. It was just silly, stupid, too many layers. So anyway.
I mean, to me, it's like, all right, it's a misfire as in you didn't really edit yourself because you don't have to because you're Shane Black. And I think that, look, I think Mark Wahlberg can be great. Sometimes he's great. Like, I can think Fear, he was great. Boogie Nights, he was great. I mean, like, he is a really talented dude. But it's just these last 3 or 4 movies I've seen with him, I'm like, do you care anymore?
Now, I haven't seen Flight Risk, and that
I'm not going to see Flight Risk.
The Union, that was with Halle Berry. That was not good. I'm sorry. Again...
You liked Father Stew, though.
But that was a serious movie. Mark Wahlberg, again, dude, I really like you. And I really like you when you're playing a serious role. I think you got infected with the comedy bug, and your personal life might be funny. I mean, you might be a funny guy. But I think you got kind of infected with I can do comedy when you did the other guys.
He was funny in that.
But he was playing off of Will Ferrell, who is super funny.
Yeah, it's kind of hard not to be funny when you're getting softball throws.
He's not the lead funny.
No, and Will Ferrell's
that's where I'm going.
In his own stratosphere.
You're a supporting comedy actor. That's who your best supporting comedy actor award goes to Mark Wahlberg. There you go. I'll say it. I mean, Ted. The movie, Ted.
That movie's funny.
But it's funny because of Ted, the teddy bear.
Yeah.
Again, he plays a great supporting comedy actor.
Straight man.
There you go. And there was comedy overtones to this, and it just didn't work. I'm sorry. I'm going out there, and again, I'm preferencing this. I think you're good. I really do. I enjoy watching you, but this was a disappointment. So, having said that, we think we got the acting of Mark Wahlberg out of the way, right? And from the production, this is what I've said it before, and I'll always use this analogy. They backed up a big truck full of movie magic, and they dumped it on the set, and everybody played around with it, and it just didn't It didn't work because it was so nonsensical at times, or, well, way overwritten. All right, who was your highlight in actors in this movie?
I like Lakeith Stanfield a lot.
Yeah.
He's really good. Gretchen Mol's really good, and they didn't give her anything to do.
No.
Tony Shalhoub was great.
I'm gonna stop you there because you know what? Tony Shalhoub does not play a very good muscle guy.
No, but he was doing his thing.
Yeah, but this movie didn't call for that kind of thing. That's what I'm getting. This movie was overwritten, overthought. That role should have been serious. It should have been a tough guy.
I concur with you. I'm just trying to look at the positives.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
I mean, I like Tony Shalhoub too, but he was miscast for that
Nat
role.
Wolff was funny.
All right.
I mean, nobody was a real standout in this movie except for maybe Lakeith Stanfield.
Okay, my standout in this movie, and I don't know if you said it when you read off who was in this, was Keegan-Michael
He was funny.
Key.
Yeah, he was great.
He and I believe that Shaska Archer, who played his wife.
Probably they were funny.
That little duo played off of each other really well in this movie, and he was very funny. And I picked up everything he was putting down.
Yeah.
And I can't really say that for anybody else other than Lakeith Stanfield. I could say that again about him as well. But the rest of them, it's just there wasn't a lot of exposure for them.
Not really.
I mean, there wasn't a lot for
It's one of those-
Michael Key, but
It's one of those movies where you're shoving so many sort of known people into it just to give them one scene with somebody like Gretchen Mol is pointless.
Yeah, I understand why they do it. All right, first of all, it's Amazon. Okay, so it's Amazon money. I mean, it's crazy. Again, we've had that conversation 100 times on this show.
Do we still think that the names thing does much? You know what I mean? Like, really now they're like, how many Instagram or TikTok followers do you have? And then it's like, that's where we're at. We're not just trying to make something good.
Well, I'm still trying to make heads or tails out of this subscription service movie platform. Don't get me wrong. I love it. I absolutely love it. And that's the reason we created the show. But we're at a point now where every one of these streaming services are pretty much saturated with the subscribers that they're going to have, right? When they first started out, they would make a big blockbuster movie or try something like this to attract people to the streaming service.
Yeah.
But they're at the point now where there's just, there's not a lot of draw or reason for draw. Now it's just spending all the money that's coming in.
That's my point. Like,
Yeah.
I watched, well, I'm not going to say that because I think we're going to talk about it next week.
Okay.
But without me saying the show, what we're going to talk about next week.
Right.
I didn't know. I knew one person in that entire show. Did you know more than one?
No, I can't.
One. And
Yeah.
it's the star.
Right.
Which I understand. That's the point. They're the star. But no one else. Like, I recognized a couple of people that were like me, like have like a career like me, but nobody big.
Yeah, and see, that just kind of goes back to the point I'm at, or my belief is, and I wish streaming services would take more advantage of that, or focus their production on that. Get 1-2 names attached, like it's easy to say, Mark Wahlberg was in this movie, right? I mean, Rosa Salazar, yeah, she's done some stuff, but the biggest, it's a Mark Wahlberg vehicle, right?
Uh-huh.
And then it was just a couple of phone calls, and you get Keegan-Michael Key in there, and Tony Shalhoub, and even Dermot Mulroney.
Forgot he was even in there.
Yeah, right. I mean, he's in it, And but my point is we need to utilize these big names to springboard the next generation.
There isn't one.
And going that way with it. So the movie or the what we're going to be reviewing next week is kind of, I look at that, and we'll have a good good honest conversation about that next week. As we discuss that, share that with you. But it's just money at this point for these streaming services, and they've got to spend it.
Okay, so the thing we're watching next week, and we're not going to say the name of it, but it's on Netflix. Yeah. You know what Netflix doesn't do? Slam a bunch of names in there. And I don't love what Netflix does. You know that. We've gone in talks about how I'm like, Netflix movies are just not as good most of the time.
Right.
But those series are, and those series, they're not shoving in a bunch of random 50 plus year old celebrities.
Speaking of series, I have all but finished Black Rabbit, believe it or not. I know I came on here and I was kind of, it's still a lot of anxiety that it creates.
I have to finish it. I want to finish it.
I'm through 6 out of 8, and I didn't think I'd go past episode 2, but I injected my 3-episode rule to myself, and then I got kind of hooked. Episode 3 was a little bit more mellow.
Yeah.
It kind of gave you a chance to breathe, and that's, I think, a good hook, actually. And then 4, 5, and 6, it just, the anxiety-driven storyline just keeps jacking up, and I'm like, oh, I shouldn't have done this. But I'm enjoying it. I will say that, anxiety aside.
All right. Hey, I went to see... Can I tell you about a movie I went to see?
Yeah, of course. You can.
Because this isn't a horror, and we're in the season. I went to see this really cool movie. I don't think I told you about this. If I did on the last show, you'll have to cut it out. I went to see this movie called Good Boy. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
So Good Boy is on Shudder, now streaming, but it's been in theaters for this week. Good Boy is a horror movie about a house that has ghosts and stuff. The entire 73-minute movie is told from the dog's point of view. The dog is the main character. You do not follow the human, you follow the dog.
Huh.
It's a really cool concept. The beginning 15 minutes, amazing. The middle 20 kind of get weirdly slow because you have to build up the stuff. But then the last chunk of it is pretty awesome. And this dog is so good. And they shot it over 4 years.
Was there POV stuff from this dog?
There's no POV. It's just the camera is following him, and he's such
he's
such a good boy.
Okay. That reminds me, we watched something. Oh, I know what it was. It was that Nick Cage movie that we just did, post-apocalyptic kind of thing there. Oh, my God, it was so funny. I was laughing, and I meant to bring it up on the show, but I didn't because I forgot because I'm old.
You're the same age as most of the leads in this movie.
But, well, they have memory problems too, I'm pretty sure. But I was laughing because there are a number of scenes in that, not a lot, but a few. Let me tone that down. Where it's totally a GoPro.
Oh, yeah.
That was mounted. And I was laughing. When we did Discovering Lucy Angel, my director on that show, and this was back in 2015, so we were dealing with, GoPro 3s and 4s?
Oh, yeah.
And, oh, my God, he hated the look of GoPros. And I don't blame him for it, but, that was what we had then, and we were, in the car, and it only made sense when you've got 4 or 5 people in one car, and you need to cover them. You just get a suction cup, mount a GoPro on the window, and get the sticks on it and roll.
I've done multiple movies where they popped a GoPro out.
I mean, so I was laughing because it looked like an older GoPro the way it came off or whatever, and it made me remember that. But I was laughing. That's the first movie I can think of that was so obvious that it was a GoPro.
Yeah.
So, anyway. All right, Ted, let's put some numbers on this. I'm happy to go first.
Shoot.
I'm giving this a 98, 9.8. Oh, yeah. In your dreams, Mark. I'm sorry. But again, I love you, man. Now, I'm a 7.1, and that's a very generous 7.1. I had to convince myself to get over the 7, right? Mm-hmm. So very, very, very generous 7.1. But in directing, if I gave it a score, I'm giving this a 5.
I mean, I'm not going to jump up in all that, but I will say that my overall is a 6.2.
Okay.
Like, just all overall. I thought that he had no chemistry with anybody in the movie. But that's it. It was overwritten because no one's going to tell Shane Black what to do because he's written some of the biggest hits of all time.
Right.
Which I get.
Oh, one of my most favorite action movies ever, The Nice Guys.
Oh.
He wrote and directed it.
The Last Boy Scout is literally my favorite action movie.
Okay, there you go. I mean, I would put that on my list of musts. So this was just bad. I'm not even going to say it's a watch. I wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't.
I wouldn't watch this.
I definitely wouldn't spend 2 hours and 10 minutes watching it.
Yeah, no. Oh my God. And again, that just goes to show how much this was overwritten.
Paige couldn't get into it either.
This movie at best should have tapped out at 90 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, this is not a 128-minute movie.
No.
Not by any stretch of the imagination. So, and that's what killed it. That's what actually killed it.
I think that if it would have been a 90-minute movie, we would have both overlooked that Mark Wahlberg was phoning it in.
Yeah, you might have, but it was just, but there were days, and I could tell that, and that's what reminded me, or I wanted to bring up in the show, make a point as a reminder to our audience that they don't show up on set and say go, and it just flows until they're done. There are breaks in between.
Being number one on a call sheet, I've only been number one on a call sheet twice, and I can say this. I don't know how you could think about anything else with as many lines and as many scenes that you have to do. I have no clue how you could think about anything else.
Well, there's a scene where they're in this hotel ballroom or club or something like that, and it's not a very big scene, but I tell you what, it was one of those scenes that I thought, Wahlberg was calling it in, and my reaction halfway through the scene and seeing his performance was, ooh, there must have been a fire at one of the Wahlburger burger factories or something, because he was definitely thinking about that over what he was supposed to be doing that day. And so,
Is what it is.
Yeah, smoke them if you got them.
Yep.
All right, anything else?
No.
All right, I'm watching Lowdown. I'll probably do a short on that. I'm going to go ahead and tell our audience who don't follow us on Facebook or YouTube that you should watch Lowdown. That's got Ethan Hawke in it. He's absolutely phenomenal playing his version of Hunter Thompson in that movie or in that series actually. And David Keith's in that, and
is he?
And he's just ridiculous. So, what else am I watching? What else? Finishing up Black Rabbit. I'm going to do a short on Chad Powers. It's not even going to be a short. It's going to be long.
Did you like it?
Well, it's a series. I thought it was a movie.
I auditioned for it.
Oh, yeah. I thought about you when I was in it. You should have been in it.
No, I went straight.
You should have been in it.
So it's this casting office that cast me a lot. Uh-huh. And this week I'm going to be on Tulsa King.
Oh, okay.
The 12th.
Okay.
But anyway, the Chad, I just went straight to the end callback. Like my buddy had auditioned like 3 times. And he was like, I was like, I got a callback. I didn't audition for it. Because what am I playing?
A redneck.
No.
Oh.
That's why I don't think I got it.
Oh.
But it was Southern asshole like rich booster at
You should
a
have nailed
basically
that,
I played the same guy I played in Bob Trevino.
okay.
Exactly the same. But fun fact about Chad Powers, they cast a girl in a club scene. Did you see this? Because it's been all over the internet. They cast a girl in the club scene, so she had everybody over for a watch party, and she shot it, and they literally went back and reshot it with the Hawk Tuah girl.
Really? That's in episode 1.
She lost her mind. This girl's screaming on video.
That happens. Reshoots.
Yeah, but it's a throwaway part. Like, it's not even a big part. Why would you recast that with somebody that's supposed to be in jail?
I mean, yeah, I think that that's actually episode 1, and it happens in the first 20 minutes of episode 1, and I think that really sets the tone for it. Like I said, I'm gonna do the longest short I've ever done on this, and I forget what I'm in, 2 episodes, 3 episodes, whatever. I'm up to date on it, and my God,
I'm gonna do a couple of shorts coming up. I don't always do shorts, but I'm gonna do some. I've got a lot of horror movies that I'm going to watch.
Put them out there, man. Put them out there.
Tonight, I think I'm going to watch the movie Cobwebs that came out in 2023. I've never seen it. It looks pretty scary, but I'll make a review.
Okay. All right. I'm going for buy one, get one free tacos at Oscar's Tacos. This is not a paid endorsement by any means, but we live in Tennessee, and I've been here for a long, long, long time. And one of the things that I miss from LA is an authentic Baja style taco. And you can't, it's like being home.
If you've never had Mexican food in Los Angeles, you just don't know.
Oh, I know. Yeah, no.
Or like in the Bay Area. I've never been anywhere they had it like this, but if you think Chipotle is a real burrito, go to the Bay Area and get a burrito.
Yeah.
They're as big as, they're gigantic. I know.
Yeah. All right.
I miss it.
Well, that's how, at Oscars, they got the huge burritos there, too. And, Oscars is out of San Diego, so they know what they're doing. And a couple of the family members, they still have restaurants in San Diego. A couple of family members moved to the Nashville area, and they ended up opening up a couple of Oscar taco shops here. And it is authentic Baja-style Mexican food, and it is out of this world. What's the word here? Satisfying, because it takes you back to real food. So
it is good.
Oscars
is great.
I went there not knowing and had my first taco. It was a fish taco, and I was just like, "Oh my God, this is different. This is LA. This is real Baja style taco stuff." So
we went to Oscars.
Yeah, we did.
It was great.
And the proprietor told me the backstory on it, and I was just like, when I lived in LA, there was a place called Wahoo Tacos, and you go get a fish taco down there, which was Baja style fish taco. It was absolutely the best taco I've ever eaten in my life. They have them here.
Mine was in Los Feliz. It was Ensenada's Best Fish Tacos. That was the name of the place, and it was so good.
All right, here's a funny story, and then I'm done. And it's a taco story. When I first went out to LA for any extended period of time, I initially stayed with a friend of mine down in Manhattan Beach, right? Oh. And he's like, "You like Mexican?" And I was like, "Oh, yeah, I like Mexican." And so he took me to this Mexican place that was around the block there. And it was just kind of one of these walk-through Mexican joints. They didn't have any sit-down inside of it. It was just, you got it and you went. And he was being nice, and he let me go in. And I really think he was setting me up, okay? And I never experienced, and I think this is the reason he took me there, because he too was from Orlando. That's where we met. We worked. He's from Florida, and then he had the shock of his life, so he wanted to share that with me. But anyway, we went there, and I ordered the chicken taco. This thing was, and I ordered chicken burrito, and this thing was huge, huge. It had a whole chicken in the thing. I've never had a burrito so big, and when I ordered it, he kind of snickered, right? Mm-hmm. And I didn't realize you could order a half. And that's what he ordered. And I was like, "You're not that hungry?" He goes, "No, I'm plenty hungry." And then this thing showed up, and I was like, oh my gosh, it was so funny.
They're just so big. It's so hard to explain to people because if you haven't been to the West Coast, then it's just like the burritos are not the same.
Yeah, no, it was, just imagine the size of this burrito, folks. It had literally a whole shredded chicken in it, plus all the other stuff, the rice, the beans, the
cheese,
the salsa, the onions, the tomato. It was just, now, there you go. Picture that. I was laughing. It was no way ever again. But anyway, I love it. Clay, thanks for that experience, right? All right, everybody, thanks for being a listener or a watcher. We really appreciate it. Till next week, I'm Andrew.
And I'm Ted.